Hey everybody! This video is going to be a little bit different than our normal farm and gardening content that we do. We have a few updates that we want to share with you, but we're also not on the farm. We are on a family backpacking trip. So we've hiked into a lake and are spending the night here. And we want to take you along on that adventure because here in the Pacific Northwest, that is another really fun thing we like to do as a family. And even before we had kids, we were always hiking. So if you would like to join us on our backpacking adventure and hear about our farm updates, which include goats and our farm business, then stay tuned and have a great time. Are we going to cross here?
No, I don't think so. It's just too sketchy. The trail is on the other side. This is the spot. The logs move on this side. You have to step on the rock in the middle. And I don't even know what the other log is like. It could be also not solid.
Hey, how about, guys, I'm going to go look up this trail right here just to see what's... I'm fine.
Well, let's go.
Okay, so comes to a big down log. How does it look over here?
I think we have to...
Oh, you got to go up this way. See, to the left is where the trail is. And then we can get into those gravel areas. Yeah, do you need to get off and then give it another... You want to, yeah, come back this way. And you want to approach on your belly or go up and around this way?
I don't know what's going on yet. Just hold on.
I can stand up on it.
Okay, we're going to go up and around this log.
Doesn't look sketchy to me, but okay. Why don't you follow Mom? Go up this log right there. On the left? Okay.
You go.
It's very hard with this pack on.
Yeah. Everything is more difficult.
Hey, that's down. We'll just step up behind the bone. I think we are supposed to go this way.
Sounds
I think there's multiple ways to get there, just in case.
good. Okay. What'd you find?
A mountain huckleberry.
Yeah.
And just if you
the blue
didn't,
kind.
and just if you didn't know, we're camping and we're hiking up to the lake where we're gonna camp.
Go through
Yep.
these bushes to get down there.
Yep. We better get going, okay? Oh, look, trail goes to your left. Barefooted across the creek. It's gonna be cold.
I'm not doing barefoot.
Oh yeah, you got Crocs, you lucky duck. Dad's being all good balanced. Finn,
I love overpacking.
go ahead, Finn.
Is it deadly?
Don't hurt your feet, Finn.
Vikings forever!
Keep moving, Finn. All right,
Don't step on that.
we made it. Bill didn't even make it look like it was hard at all.
No, not really.
And the kids and I went through the water and
And suffered.
got a little ice bath therapy. We also have soft feet. Let's get our feet dried off and our shoes back on. Looks like a gorgeous lake up there.
Yeah, it looks like Kramer Lake. I've never been to Kramer Lake.
Yeah,
Oh, still. Do you see that grass line right there?
I
It
do.
looks very striped.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yowzers, it's gorgeous. We're now on Mission Water Filtration. Did you find a good spot to pump? You're gonna go out on the log? Okay, or we can pass back and forth.
The water field.
Okay. Don't get your feet, because, yeah, those are your shoes. You can't get them wet.
Come on, boy. See how the camera
Is it nice? Can you feel that same warmth on your... Look at what we're standing on. I thought we were standing on a rock.
is. Are you standing on a turtle?
No. It's petrified wood. Or not necessarily petrified yet, but it's wood that has been living in this swamp. things.
I think a cat killed one of our dragonflies at home.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
I saw a dead dragon.
I think I found some chamomile down here. Chamomile, it's a herb that you use to make tea. This is crazy. Oh, it smells so good. It's not as strong as the German chamomile I grow, but it definitely smells like chamomile. I wonder what it is. So I shouldn't have picked that. I'm sorry, wilderness. I'll put you back. Yep, I heard it. Just a little wind. Well, yeah, the wind's meant to be
It's a
pretty
wood,
creepy.
it's a woodpecker, I think. It's a tat, 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 tat. See my name out of it. I was trying to
Yeah, remember, turn your toes sideways. There you go. Nice. We just finished our dinner and brushing our teeth and went for a nice little walk around the lake. Played a little hide and go seek. Or no, yeah, that's what you played.
Yeah, and me and Dad had to walk in the forest, and the trees, like, they're all fallen down.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
fallen down,
Yeah.
but a lot of big, beautiful trees. So, we want to talk about what we like
Mosquitoes.
about goats
And
and what we don't like. Who wants to go first?
Me.
We're gonna have
I'll
Finn
go
go
last.
first.
Actually, I'll go last. Okay, could I go first?
Yeah, we're gonna do what you go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with what I don't like first because that's what what the biggest thing I have.
Okay.
Like there's just a lot of work for me. They're annoying. They're loud.
That was a couple of things. So they're a lot of work.
Yeah,
They're annoying
they're loud.
and they're loud. So were all of them loud?
Most of them.
Most of them?
Yeah.
Oh. And when you say there's a lot of mosquitoes. When you say they're annoying,
Like I had to fill up their water
Oh.
sometimes, and I don't really like that.
gotcha.
But they're
Okay. And
fun.
what did you like about goats?
Well, I guess eating them.
Tim. You didn't like
Well,
or did like?
That's what he said.
I liked eating them.
Oh yeah, they taste good.
Okay.
They're like 4.5 stars.
But what about like having them and raising them
I'm like-
before they're butchered?
before they're butchered? I like to. I think when they're babies, they're pretty cute.
Yes, the babies are cute. Oh, we got to get this done quick. There are a lot of mosquitoes. Okay,
Yeah, way
Finn, your
too
turn.
many.
Your turn.
I'm going last.
Okay. Belle?
Sure. I loved raising them. I think that even though we knew one day they'd be sold or turned into food, that you care for them. They're not quite pets, but they're like pets. It's how to describe it. I mean, a couple of them would always come up to the fence line, and when I came up, and they wanted to be pet and loved on, and I always thought that was really cool. I like that.
So you like them like pets?
What do you
Yeah.
don't like about them? Yeah.
Yeah.
They
That
get
list's
into a
gonna be
lot
long.
of trouble.
Yes, they do.
With me, I did a lot of fence repair, and I usually did fence repair after they got out. So they had a habit of getting out. I'd fix the fence. They'd get out again. I'd fix the fence, and they'd get out again.
Yeah.
So, and usually it's other people's property. So,
Yeah.
I wasn't that part I did not like at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fencing.
Troublemakers.
But we did let them into someone else's property.
That was different.
Yes.
So they can't break out into that property
they-
if they're let into that.
And
that
they,
property, no.
and they did eat a lot of blackberry at one
Yeah?
point when we were clearing
Oh,
some
yeah.
of the property. They did a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really miss that.
So, what I liked about the goats, I'm gonna try to keep it short. I liked the birthing process. I liked going through that with them and The baby goats are so cute. And I love that they did such a great job grazing our property, especially at the very beginning when there was a lot more to browse on closer to our barn and our home. So those are my two things that I really loved about them. Things I have not loved about them is that their hooves and their hoof management, particularly during the fall and the winter, it just takes way too much work. And like you can see here, we have other hobbies too.
Yeah, like camping.
Like camping, and I could be home trimming goat hooves, or I could be camping. So that's, yeah, hooves. And second thing I didn't like about them, well, I didn't like about it wasn't them in particular, part them, part us. Our fencing was just not sufficient enough. Once they did such a great job grazing around our property, then we got more access to our fences and realized our fences are in bad shape, and so we need to we just need to
Spend some time.
do that project first before we have any more livestock on the property. Yep.
They
Except
also
for
ate your
chickens.
raspberries 2 years in a row.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So we're gonna have raspberries next year.
No, we're gonna, yes.
It'll be
And
like
for
a
this
handful
year,
this
we
year,
already
but-
have some.
A few.
raspberries.
Yeah. All right, Finn.
Nothing, everything.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Finn was, he doesn't remember, but when our first goats were born, he was assisting Allison in the birth
Oh,
of the goats.
yes.
It was
And
too-
no one else, Kellen was too young, and I was not home. I was having dinner with a friend that night.
Yeah.
And
That's what I
Finn
did.
was a big help with that. I don't think he remembers how much he was a part of that experience.
Well, I
Well,
don't like it.
And this past kidding season, so both kidding seasons, Finn was there and very helpful.
Was I there?
Well, you observed it, but
Mhm.
you didn't you weren't interested in staying and helping like Finn was. Well, the bugs are biting and it's
Fun.
getting dark, so we're gonna head to bed, but we've got more news to share with you tomorrow.
Wait. I just want to change one thing.
No.
I just want to change one of the nothings to help your mom help the goat's birth.
Hello. We're just drinking hot cocoa and coffee right now.
It's the next morning, and we have had our first cups of coffee and cocoa. We're using this jet boil system for our cooking, so it's really good at heating up water. And then we've been eating backpacker freezer meals, which are super convenient, and we like them. And anyway, what was I going to say here?
Hashtag Starbucks instant coffee to get the day going.
Yep, got our instant coffee. We try to keep things as light and easy as possible when we're out camping and backpacking. And it's kind of funny because at home on the farm, here we want to grow our own food. We want it as super healthy as possible. And now we are eating this business. Last night, so Bill used to be in the Army National Guard and had a bunch of MREs from that.
Oh, yeah.
And
So I brought these old MRE milkshakes where you add water, shake it. One, they didn't completely liquefy. There was some chunks in there. They
yeah,
just wouldn't.
of powder.
I think they're old.
Yeah.
Anyway, we drank some. We didn't finish them. They were very sweet and overwhelming.
I drank about 2 sips. The first 2 ingredients were, I believe, non-fat dried milk, and then partially hydrogenated soybean oil. And took a couple sips, looked at those ingredients, and realized I was pretty much just drinking partially hydrogenated soybean oil, and then got rid of that pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
But these adventure meal packets, or whatever they're called, they're decent. You know,
Yeah.
they're a lot easier than packing up our own food, and they save on space and they save on time when we're cooking, especially with the kids around.
Great for an overnight. We'd probably go back to our dehydrated meals like we used to. We used to bring our own rices and beans and stuff. But
This is why we need a freeze dryer.
there you go.
So you saying we need one?
Well, we should definitely talk about that. That's my phrase. We should talk about
Oh, yes, yes.
I'm not playing.
So, last night we told you a little bit about our favorite things that we enjoyed about having goats, and then also the things that we did not enjoy having about goats. And now we don't have any more goats. So, this spring, at the height of our kidding season, we had about 23. 23 was our highest number. So we had 7 does,
7 does. The
7
weather. And then burn.
and Vern. So 9 adults.
And 14 babies.
The birthing process for the goats was pretty enjoyable. There were a couple. There was one tricky birth, and one mama that was not a great mama at first. Remember Athena?
Right.
Well, Cinnamon, okay. Cinnamon was just, so first was Athena. She was not a great mom at first, but we
trained her.
trained her, took a lot of work, but forced her to stand and feed her babies, and eventually she allowed them.
But I would like to add, when we say a lot of work, it was every morning, multiple times a day, holding her so that she could nurse her babies. And it went on probably for a month before
Yeah.
she finally started to take over.
It was either that or bottle feed the babies.
Which we didn't have the time for because we both go to
yeah.
work.
And we wanted to train them to eventually feed on the mom. That was important. I got it.
Needless to say, though, when the second time around came with Cinnamon, although you get attached to them when you're helping to feed them, because I was also bottle feeding them as a side, as additional nourishment, and then to have to start doing that again, and with Cinnamon being that she was a 175-pound doe, I could not hold her and make her nurse. So
And she was super. So she's the one that had a real tricky labor and delivery. She had twins, and oh man, she just totally rejected him right after birth. She was so taxed from birth. Who knows how she would have acted if her birth went smoothly, but it didn't. And she was a crazy goat, anyways.
yeah.
So, needless to say, the kidding season it went pretty well. It was
Ups and downs, mostly
Yeah,
up, mostly
yeah.
up.
um
The boar moms did great, all 3 of them.
except for Cinnamon.
Oh, sorry.
You're thinking
Yeah.
of Shotzi.
Sorry, ours.
Yeah, that's our first. So Shotzi, she was our first that was born on the farm and had
Yep.
kids on the farm. So that was fun.
That was neat.
But the kids started getting under or through our multi-strand portable electric fence that we had around the garden.
Yep.
And first it was just some kids that made it through, and then was it Honey or Athena? I don't know. One of the does started getting through as well, and it was just getting really frustrating. They ate down a lot of my carrots, raspberry.
Ate all
Anyway,
the raspberries.
they ate a bunch of stuff I didn't want them eating.
I came home from work one day and the entire herd was in our driveway where we would park our cars. And needless to say, that's not an area where they should be.
Yeah, and that was just human error. That was a gate.
Oh, that's right. That was a gate.
That was a gate problem. We made a decision that we were done with goats for now. They did amazing work on the property when
Yep.
we first moved in, and
Mhm.
that's one of the main reasons why we got them,
Yep.
was for them to clear brush on the property, and boy was there a lot of brush.
Yep.
They unveiled a lot of fences that need to be repaired, and Bill had been feverishly trying to keep up with them over the winter.
My dad and I even did some fence repair at one point when they got out and into a neighbor's yard. So,
Yeah. So even though we love goats, you can't keep every hobby that you want and that you enjoy. And goats are definitely not a part, they're not going to be a part of our business plan. And we are trying to get our little farm business to be profitable and active, and goats just weren't going to be a part of that because they're not going to make us any money.
No.
They provided meat for us, so we did. Let's see, how did we get rid of our goats? What did we do to get rid of them?
Well, we should probably go back in time. So I mean, we did harvest one of our own goats. That was over a year and a half ago.
Mhm.
We did that ourselves. We learned a lot. It's a lot of work, especially if you don't know what you're doing, which we didn't at the time. And we learned the value of a sharp knife. But then after that, we started, when we did make the decision though to move away from goats, we sold one to a friend of mine. He was having
a full-grown wether.
Full-grown wether, and
Tank.
That's a friend from work, and he's a member of the Islamic faith, and they were having a big festival for his 1-year-old daughter, and they needed a goat for that. So he bought a tank, and then he did all the slaughtering himself a couple days before the party off-site, and then he even brought me a little bit to taste at work, and it was very good. Very good. It was a curried goat. It was wonderful.
Yeah, so we sold that one for slaughter. We sold a couple of the bottle babies. We took quite a few to the auction. We live really close to a livestock auction. We also had someone, a mobile slaughter and butcher service, come out to the house and had two slaughtered. Let's talk about, because not all of the goats went away on purpose,
yes.
actually. So we lost
4?
3 kids.
I thought it was 4.
I think 3 kids
Yeah, it was 3.
just completely disappeared.
We think coyote.
Yeah, but there was no evidence of them. One of my thoughts is that the 2 of these kids in particular would go lay down and take a snooze, and then their mom would walk away and just keep grazing with the rest of the herd, and the babies would keep sleeping, and then she would finally realize that her kids weren't with her. And that happened one night, and we found the babies out in the woods, not deep in the woods, but we found them out in the woods, and they were sleeping, so we brought them back. But then the next day, they just disappeared. They disappeared one by one. But the strangest disappearance was this past Saturday when we, on Butcher Day, and take them to the auction day. We went out there to collect the animals that we were going to bring to the auction, and one of the ones we were going to slaughter just was not there.
Athena.
She was
and unlike the babies, I mean, she was a Kiko mix, and I'd
full
say
grown.
140, 150 pound goat, right? I mean,
Full grown.
that's not coyote food. So we really are, and they don't disappear on their own. Every time they've ever gotten out, they've always done it as a herd, never by themselves.
Like not when they disappear, but like when they get out.
Yeah. So this was
It's not
very
just one
unusual.
that gets out.
It does make you wonder what might have happened.
And we haven't searched every square inch, but we looked for her and we could not find her. And we didn't hear her. Our property's not so big where if she was stuck in a fence, we would probably hear her.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she just totally disappeared, and that was that. It was weird. So we don't have goats anymore.
We don't.
No,
We're
we don't
free.
have any 4-legged livestock. We're going to be focusing more on poultry. With our business, we want to focus on laying hens and meat birds. And for us, that's a much more feasible business model to include.
And we're also having cats.
Yes.
They don't count as livestock.
Yeah, cats are
Yeah.
not livestock.
We don't eat them. We don't eat them.
No.
That would just be weird.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm considering doing some turkeys next year, more for personal consumption. But if you like that idea, leave a comment on this video and support.
Yeah, because he needs.
I need
Oh,
some
we got
help.
some turkey action here. So once we fix the fence around the garden and some other fencing, we do want to get back into livestock, maybe in a year or two. But you don't have to have livestock all the time.
No.
So we're going to take a break, and we might get into sheep, cow, pig, I don't know. Anyway,
Llama.
so I know
Chelsea.
that a lot of people really enjoy watching our baby goat videos, but there will not be any baby goat videos after today because we have no more goats on the farm. But hopefully
Yeah.
that will give us more time to actually make some content and get it posted.
Yeah.
Because we're not trimming goat hooves, or chasing down goats that have escaped, or cleaning up goat poo,
Or
feeding
anything
water.
related to goats.
anything
Yes.
related to goats.
And we
Including
will,
goats on our porch.
and we might have,
Or goats eating our anything.
and get ready for some maybe goats. I mean, not goats, pigs, maybe sheep, maybe.
Ooh, Mom,
a
wouldn't
cow?
it be cool if we had
Maybe a
like
cow?
a baby pig
Oh.
one?
Be super cute.
And also,
yeah, that would be cool.
and also, can we do a cat episode about our cats?
Oh,
Cat,
that
cat,
sounds
cat,
good.
cat,
I know we have someone that watches all the time that would love a cat episode. So we could definitely
Wait,
feature
who?
them soon.
Who? How do you know? Who?
She's one of our viewers that likes to leave a lot of comments.
Who?
Her name is Miss Maisie. I forget her.
Shout out
the
to
rest
you,
of it.
Miss
Yes,
Maisie.
Yes.
We
Oh.
gotta put one of her
I guess.
comments on it. It's better if we put one of her
All
comments
right.
we like.
Well, we are gonna have our breakfast. This one has been cooking away. The boys are gonna have a little granola with water mixed in that has like a milk in it already, and get our morning going. Okay, friends, I've been working on editing this video of our backpacking trip for almost a week now, and I finally just realized I forgot to record one of the big pieces of information we wanted to share with you. So, as I mentioned earlier, we are not having goats anymore, particularly because they don't fit into our farm business. So they're not going to be making money. We don't need that many goats for our family's consumption. So our farm business is what I want to talk about next. So over the past year, we've been working on starting up our very own farm homestead business where we can sell food and products to our community locally, also do education and events locally and on our farm. But the name of that farm business is not the same as this YouTube channel. So this YouTube channel is Puget Sound Garden Life, but our farm business is Pacific Northwest Farm and Garden. So it is time for us to make a change so that people can find us across all sorts of different channels and platforms with the same name. So we are going to be changing our YouTube channel's name from Puget Sound Garden Life to Pacific Northwest Farm and Garden. So that's another thing I wanted to tell you. So next time you see a video from us, if you see a video from PNW Farm and Garden, that's us. Don't worry, it's the same stuff that we've been sharing with you in the past, coming up in the future. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, especially if you made it all the way to the end. If you made it to the end of this video, please hit the thumbs up button or leave a comment below just to let us know that you value the content that we're bringing to you. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this location is my last adventure for the summer, and my next episode is going to be telling you all about this little adventure I went on across the country to visit a special family, and also to learn some things to help me grow my farm and homestead business. I'll see you next time.